They know the type of athlete I am. They know the person I am. They know the tone of my voice, the look in my eyes, my demeanor. And that's the whole reason that you have corners. You have them to be there for you with whatever the situation. And if my coaches would have let me give up on myself at the end of that fourth round, because that's exactly what I was doing because my frustrations were so high, I would have been more devastated after that and looked back on it from 10 years from now and been more frustrated with myself because it was just a moment of an athlete giving up on herself. And that's when I needed my coaches to be there. And, my coaches, they alternate between rounds coming into the octagon. So I originally told one of them, and he wasn't my head coach, and I consider him like my brother and stuff. And he was just like, don't give up on yourself. And when I turned to my head coach, I just needed that moment. I needed those words, and that's when I looked into my coach's eyes for the 0.1 second that we had, and a whole book was read in that moment. And so it's just it's something that people will never understand. And it's the same thing. My coaches were beating themselves up, and they were like, let me ask you, like, if we would have thrown in the towel or we would have let you give up on yourself, would that have been the right answer? Because I know that they have my best interests at heart. And I told them no. And I told them to stop beating themselves up because I'm glad that they didn't let me quit the way that in that moment I truly wanted to, just because of frustration.
Did you ever think in that moment, Raquel, about turning to the referee and telling him yourself that, hey, I'm done?
No, and that's what I even told my coaches. I said, you guys can beat yourself up all you want, but at the end of the day, the ball was in my court. If I truly wanted out of there, I could have turned around and waved off the fight. I could have turned around and kneeled down and tapped out on the mat. I told my coaches, stop beating yourself up, because at the end of the day, I could have made the decision, but I just really needed the push from you guys. I needed encouragement because I was mentally frustrated.